Good evening and welcome to Will Henry's workshop. I am, of course, Will Henry, and tonight I'm doing things just a little differently. I've got a camera person, and the reason I'm doing that is because I'm having some sound issues, and mostly it's because I put the camera in the wrong place and then turn my back to it. And the other thing is I'm not great at staying in the frame. So tonight, like I say, I have a camera person. Now, as you recall, I had finished chambering the barrel and fitting it to the Kimber action, and the next step is to cut the extractor slot. And to do that, I'm going to set it up in the Palmgren milling attachment on the lathe, and I'll hold the cutter in the 3-jaw chuck. Now, to set up, I have a fixture that I was going to level with the bottom of the recoil lug, and I had previously complimented Kimber on their system for trapping the recoil lug so it doesn't rotate, but as it turns out it does rotate a little bit and the damn thing was crooked, so I couldn't use that. So instead I had to reference from the locking lug raceways, and when I put this together for the final time, I'm going to maybe use a piece of shim stock to try and keep that lug straight. Not that it makes any difference to the lug, but it just bugs me. I wouldn't be able to hunt with a rifle with a crooked lug. So, anyway, now the piece, first a little bit about the setup here. As you can see, I've removed the regular quick change tool post from the lathe, and I've replaced it with the old tool post into which I've set the Palmgren milling attachment. Now the milling attachment is really just a vise with micrometer adjustments on it and the ability to tilt this way and of course swivel this way by swiveling the tool post, and to move in and out using the carriage feed and the compound feed. So now to set up for my extractor cut, I tightened the barrel up in the receiver, and then this piece here, this block, is set up square, and as I said, in this case, with the locking lug raceways. And that way, when I set it in the vise, I can use a machinist square set on the back of the carriage, and I can align this with that machinist square and have everything set up. Now, as I said, the Palmgren attachment allows me to use the lathe as a milling machine, and so I have already set the 3/8 inch cutter up in the 3-jaw chuck, and now I've touched to the top of the threads. Now our thread diameter was 0.842, so to get down to the center I have to move 421. Now you'll see that I've got a dial gauge set up here, and the dial gauge in this particular case is just here to confirm the movement of my milling vise. And so I'll crank this up 421 thousandths. And as I said, that's confirmed by the dial gauge, and I've actually already checked this, and in actual fact the adjustments on and graduations on the vise are quite accurate, so that this is really kind of unnecessary, but I just show just in case a person had to do something they did not have a precise graduation. So that's 421, has the bottom of the cutter at the center of the barrel, but I want the center of the cutter at the center of the barrel, so I have to go half the diameter of that 3/8 cutter, which is 187. So I'll go 1 and 87 gives me 108. So there we go. That gets the cutter down to the center line of the barrel. Now I can take my dial off of there, and I want to do that since I had it sitting on the chuck. because I wouldn't want to turn the lathe on and then fire it across the room. Okay, so now we're all set up as far as height is concerned. I've already checked to see how deep to make this cut, and in this case it has to go in 168 thousandths of an inch. So let's make sure I'm in the proper gear. Appear to be. So I can run this in, and then just turn this in till where I touch. There we are. And the other thing I want to do is to lock down the jib lock on the adjustment there so it doesn't move on me. Okay, so I'm at 6 thousandths, so I need to go just take a cut of 20 thousandths to start with. Confirm everything. So the Palmgren attachment is, I think, still readily available. I honestly can't say that for sure because I bought this one many years ago. But it's a pretty handy accessory. It allows you to use your lathe like a milling machine. Okay, so that's 125. So I'm going to back this out, and you'll be able to see the results. So I don't know how well you can see that, but let's see. There, we can pivot that around. There. And so you can see there's the extractor cut. Now, the original Kimber cut was made 7/16 wide, but the width of the extractor is less than 3/8. So I just went with a 3/8 cutter. And if it should happen that I have to open that up a little bit, I'll do that by hand, and because it doesn't hurt my feelings to have to use a file a little bit. But anyway, ultimately that's it. It's that simple, and like I say, I kind of like using this. I use this attachment quite often for doing the extractor cuts on Model 70 Winchesters, and for that you have to pivot it a little bit, or anything else that needs an extractor cut, because it's just a really quick and easy way to do it. So anyway, that's it for this particular segment. Quick and easy, and thanks to my camera person, I think it's going to work out pretty well. So this is Will Henry, out.